Hey book lovers, my name is Victoria and welcome to My Books Are Me. I'm starting my YouTube channel off with a classic book haul because that's what all booktubers do, show off all the books that they've bought. Despite having half my collection in desperate need of a read or a reread, I still managed to buy 9 books in January, which for me recently is quite a lot, but I'm sure I'll be buying plenty more as the year goes by. The first book I picked up is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I've seen heaps of great reviews about Fangirl and Rainbow Rowell's other books, Eleanor and Park, Attachments and Landline, and I want to read them as well, but I thought Fangirl would be a good start. It is about two twins, Kath and Ren, who head off to university. Ren decides that she wants to be a party girl and try out the party scene, whereas Kath is quite content writing her fan fiction. However, she soon meets a guy and realizes there's more to love than what she's been writing about. It sounds really good and I can't wait to start it. The next book I got is Girl Online by Zoe Sugg, aka Zoella. I admit I hadn't seen many of Zoella's videos prior to buying the book, but I've seen a few now and I quite enjoy her content and I can't wait to read her book. The book is about a girl called Penny who blogs about her entire life online under the alias Girl Online, obviously. She gets a really great following until she moves to New York, where she meets a guy called Noah and begins falling in love with him and blogging about falling in love. However, Noah has a secret that could potentially see Penny's identity revealed to the world. It sounds really good, but I've seen heaps of great reviews, so I can't wait to get into it. The next book I got is Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. I'm probably literally the last person on this entire earth and probably the entire universe to actually read the book and even watch the series. But before you close the window and stop watching the video right now, I have been meaning to watch this series ever since it came out, and I've just recently purchased the first 3 series on DVD, so I hope to be able to watch and read, or probably watch then read later down the track. So don't fret. I hope maybe I can catch up before season 5 comes out in April. I hope to eventually to read the entire series, but it might take a while as these books are quite thick, but I'll probably get there eventually. For those who don't know what this book is about, I'm just going off the blurb here, and it is literally about families fighting over the Iron Throne. The next book I got is The Wit and Wisdom of Tyrone Lannister. I probably said that wrong, don't hate me. This book was actually a free book that came with a Game of Thrones on Booktopia, and I wasn't going to pass up the opportunity to get a free book despite not having any clue what this book was about. All it is a collection of quotes from the character, and it's got really cool illustrations. So right now this book means absolutely nothing to me, but I'm sure once I get into the series I will appreciate what is within this book. The next book I got is a 2015 release, and that is Mobile Library by David Whitehouse. I don't know much about this book because it literally came up in my Book World recommended and it sounded really good, so I pre-ordered it. It is about this 12-year-old boy called Bobby who I'm assuming has lost his mother and doesn't really like his father, and he befriends Val and her daughter Rosa, who work and possibly live in the mobile library. Over the summer, they read their way through all the books and go on many book adventures like we all do. However, Val and Rosa soon have to go on the run, and they're traveling across the country having their own adventure with taking Bobby with them. It sounds really cool and sweet, so I can't wait to get into it. In setting myself a reading goal this year and starting My Books Are Me and this YouTube channel, I told myself I wanted to read more classics. And so when I came across some cheap classics, I picked them up. The first book I got is A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. I'm probably not the only one in the world, but I know some of the works that Charles Dickens has done, but I don't know what they're about. I haven't read them. The only story that I know anything about is A Christmas Carol, but that's only because I've seen the movies. A Tale of Two Cities takes place between London and Paris during the French Revolution, when the working class are going up against the aristocracy, and it is about two men who risk their lives to save each other during this time. I reckon I'm going to really enjoy this because I absolutely love historic fiction and work of this era and stories of this era, so hopefully I will love it. The next book I got is Dracula by Bram Stoker. Again, my knowledge of Dracula stops at the fact that he's a vampire, so I really want to read the classic story before I get into modern retellings. What happens is a solicitor heads over to Transylvania from London to visit Dracula because Dracula is planning to buy some real estate in London, and from that moment on some crazy shit goes down and they realise that it is Dracula who's behind it, and they realize they have to ritually kill him in order to save everyone. The next book I got is A Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne. I've been wanting to read this story ever since I saw the movie in 2008 because I absolutely love the movie series. I finally got around to buying it and I've already started it. I'm not that far in, but enjoying it so far. It is about Professor Lidenbrock, who discovers a very old parchment with a runic code written on it that he is determined to translate, and it eventually tells him that he can get to the center of the earth. So him and his nephew Axel travel there and discover the wonders and dangers that live inside the earth. I'm enjoying it so far, so hopefully it gets even better. And finally, the last book I got is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Again, my knowledge of Jane Eyre stops at the fact that it's written by Charlotte Bronte, and for years now I keep confusing like Jane Eyre with Jane Austen, which is annoying me, so I kind of want to read the book so then I don't confuse it anymore. And all I can gather from Jane Eyre is it is about a woman pioneering the Victorian era. So I'm kind of excited to read this, but kind of not. I just kind of want to read it to say that I read it and to understand the story, because it is a literary classic. Look at them all. I hope you guys all enjoyed this book haul. I hope you guys got some sort of inspiration for your next read. Make sure you subscribe and follow on Twitter and Facebook to keep up to date with what I'm reading and my reviews, etc., etc. Bye.